Thomas Winston is in the news again this week, and once more, it's for all the wrong reasons. The well-known history professor and presenter of BBC Two's Finding Britain claimed to have discovered startling new evidence that all...
Seriously, Tom, why do you listen to those idiots? You should get that.
Hello.
Is this Professor Winston? My name's Maz Kafer.
Are you press? Because I've got nothing to say.
No, not press. I'm a director. Have you seen Crawling Darkness, or maybe Blood and Madness Part 4?
Sorry, I'm not familiar.
It doesn't matter. I can have some copies sent over. Anyway, I'm calling because I need your help.
Help?
I'm going to be shooting my new movie over there in England next week, and I need someone with your expertise to act as a consultant.
Okay. What kind of consultants exactly?
Well, I'm shooting at Ashgate University while it's closed for the summer, and as you probably know, the whole area's got a long and crazy history, so I need an expert who can help me understand the place, really get under its skin.
I don't know. Now's not exactly a good time.
All right, how about this? Come and meet me at the university next Thursday morning. We'll have a look around, grab some lunch, and if you're still not sure, I'll pay you for your time and send you home.
Okay, I'll come for a look around, but no promises.
Fantastic. I'll meet you at my trailer next Thursday at 10 a.m., and we'll take it from there.
Okay, I'll see you Thursday. Oh, does the film have a name yet?
It's right up your street, Professor. We're calling it...
I said I'd call Lex when I arrived. No signal.
So, what was next?
Hello?
Hey Lex, it's Tom. I can't seem to get a signal, so I had to use a payphone.
I didn't recognise the number. Thought it might be that guy from Stream and Pond Monthly again. He's relentless. If you don't renew your subscription, he's going to break in while we're sleeping and beat you to death with a trout.
Well, he's a commission-only salesman. You could be right.
You met the director yet?
No, I've got to go and find his trailer.
Right. So what's the place like? Are there any famous actors around?
Well, it's completely empty. There's no sign of anyone.
No one at all? That seems a bit odd.
I'm going to look around, see if I can find someone.
Well, let me know how things go, okay?
Will do. Speak to you later. Hello, I'm looking for Mr. Kafer. Hello, is anyone in there? Ugh, that's unfortunate. Well, this doesn't look good. Oh, that's definitely not good.
Ashgate Facilities, Jeff speaking.
Hello, Jeff. My name's Tom Winston. I just arrived at the Ashgate campus and I'm trying to find the film crew, but the place seems deserted.
Look, I've told the university management what I think, and I've got no more to add.
I'm just trying to find out where everyone is.
They were all over the place like an infestation yesterday. Just look for the trailers.
I've been by the trailers, but the place is deserted.
Maybe they've seen sense and packed up then. I told them that those sections were obviously sealed off for a reason. Bloody Americans, treating the place like some kind of Harry Potter set.
And what were they doing?
Poking around, shining lights where they had no business shining them. Some of that equipment they set up looked suspicious to me.
Suspicious how?
Definitely not film equipment, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, when I find Mr. Kafer, I'll be sure to let him know how you feel.
You do that, son, and watch yourself, right?
The Ashgate University Student Union is currently closed. Please direct any inquiries to the Student Liaison Office or email Tanya Morris at tmorris@ashgate.edu.uk. Also, due to lack of interest, the university has unfortunately been forced to withdraw from the annual Ilchester Cheese Festival. Tickets can still be purchased, however, from the Henry Wensleydale Cheese Emporium on Chatham Street. Have a great summer, and we look forward to seeing you in September.
Hello? Is this working?
Hello?
Mr. Kafer?
Professor, great to hear your voice. You might have noticed there's no cell signal in the area. Some kind of mass vandalism of local towers, apparently, so radio is all we have for now.
I see. Where are you exactly?
So there's been a bit of hold-up, I'm afraid, and I'm stuck off-site while we work through some of our location issues.
Right. Any idea how long that's going to take?
Just hold on. Hey, tell him to move the sheep, will you? Sorry, this farmer doesn't speak any kind of English that I've ever heard. What were you saying?
I was just wondering how long it's likely to take.
Oh, not long. This farm's only a few minutes from the university, so why don't you look around, maybe talk to some of the crew, and I'll give you a buzz when I get there.
There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
I'm sure you'll spot them soon enough. The props manager, Omar, always wears this ridiculous purple hat. Guy looks like he killed a Muppet and stuck it on his head. You should be able to see him from a mile away.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Actually, while you're waiting, I'd really like you to take a look at something they found just at the edge of the campus.
What is it?
I'll let you decide, but if you go through the tunnel that leads back towards the front gates, there's an opening in the rock on your right, and if you keep walking for a minute or so, you'll see some scaffolding that leads up into a cave.
Is it safe?
Completely. Call me on the walkie when you get there. I'm interested to hear your expert opinion.
Intriguing. I'll let you know when I find it.
Great. Speak to you soon.
Nostrum Location Services, how can I help you?
Hello, my name's Professor Tom Winston. I'm here at Ashgate University.
Tom Winston, the Finding Britain guy.
To be honest, I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh yeah, I saw they'd fired you because of that book. What are you going to do now?
I'd rather not talk about it.
What's going to happen to that guy you work with? Is the show cancelled?
I'd really rather not talk about it.
No need to be snippy, I was just curious. So what was it you were calling about?
I'm interested in why Ashgate University was chosen as the location for Mr. Kafer's new film.
Ah, Old Gods Rising. That's a bit of a story as it happens.
Really?
Yes, quite unusual. But I'm afraid I'm contractually restricted from discussing anything about the project. You'll need to direct all of your questions to Mr. Kafer's office. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Hello, Mr. Kafer.
Hey, Professor.
I'm trying to get into the university, but one of the gates is locked.
Security were supposed to leave those open. They can unlock them remotely, so let me get Sam to give him a call. While you're waiting, go and visit that stone circle I mentioned out towards the main exit.
I can't really explain it, but looking at this sculpture makes me really, really sad. Hello?
So, what was next?
Someone doesn't like traffic cones. What's been going on here, I wonder? That's a bit weird. The scaffolding's completely safe, he said. Okay, I found the stones.
Tell me what you see.
Well, it's not exactly Stonehenge. Clearly not Neolithic, more likely Bronze Age. Seems to be local stone, but less smooth than I would expect for something of this age. It's a 6-stone formation, no sign of any missing sections. Being hidden for so long has certainly kept it well preserved.
Quite a bit of information there, Professor, so those things are old?
Certainly looks like it, but it's strange to find a formation like that hidden away. You'd usually expect this kind of thing to be out in the open.
Interesting. I've got something else I'd like you to look at. Out past the deliveries area on the far side of the parking lot.
Oh, yes?
A different kind of stone. It has stuff cut into it.
Okay, I'll try and find it.
Follow the signs for the Memorial Gardens. It's in a field back there. Let me know when you see it.
Hello? Mr. Kafer? I'm at the stone you described.
Tell me what you see.
Yeah, interesting. There's a reddish-brown hue to the surface. It's definitely brought in from somewhere else. The carvings are consistent with designs we'd find on a Class 1 Pictish stone, which would put the age somewhere between 500 and 700 AD. But why would something like this be here, so far from Scotland? Now, the markings are hard to make out. Some of them could potentially be snakes. But like most early Pictish work, the symbols are hard to interpret.
So, this isn't connected to that stone circle then, am I right?
Yeah, except that they both seem oddly out of place.
Odd works for me. Odd, creepy, sinister. That's my bread and butter right there.
Oh, there's nothing particularly sinister about either of them. Although it's actually my partner who's the expert on Bronze Age Britain, so she might have more insight than me.
Well, give her a call. See what she has to say, and then call me back.
Sure. I can use a payphone.
Good thinking. Let me know what she says.
Hello?
Hello, it's just me, Lex.
How's it going?
There's something I can't quite put my finger on. There's an oddness.
An oddness? That's a bit Dickensian. What do you mean?
I've just examined 2 sets of stones. A small Bronze Age circle and a Class 1 Pictish stone.
What? An actual Pictish stone all the way down there? Oh, that can't be right.
I know.
Was it relocated as part of a collection?
It's just in a field near some generators.
Weird.
Exactly. Now, there's no signal here. So could you do me a favour and see what you can find out about this university? I should have done some research before I came, but I've been so hungover.
Well, at least you managed to take a shower this morning.
I also made some toast.
Congratulations. You're a semi-functioning adult male.
My mother would be proud. Can you look into this place for me? See what you can dig up.
Yeah, no problem. I'll get my spade and willies.
Great. I'll call you again a bit later on. Thanks. Maz?
Hello.
My partner Lex didn't really have much to add about the stones, but she did echo my feelings about them seeming out of place.
Fair enough. Perhaps this next thing I want you to look at will give you some more to work with. It's apparently called the Cutter's Stone, which, by the way, would make an excellent title for a movie.
Sounds promising. Where is it?
Head into the university, and when you find a big open area between the buildings, you should see some signs off to the left. Give me a buzz if you get lost or when you find it.
Will do.
Professor?
Yep, I'm here.
I still can't get hold of my crew. Have you seen anyone?
It's like Lord Lucan's coffin over here, Maz.
Lord who?
Empty. I just meant the place is empty.
Right. Well, let me know if you see anyone.
Will do. Wow. That's more powerful than I could possibly imagine. Makes me want to crouch behind a wall.
Hello?
Hello, is that Lisa?
It is.
My name's Tom. I saw a poster at the university about Professor Lewis.
My son put those up.
I was wondering if you noticed anything strange around the time he went missing.
What do you mean? Strange?
Did he mention anything unusual? Or maybe to do with the film they're making on campus?
He wasn't one for films. More of a books and manuscripts type. Why do you ask?
Well, it's just that the film crew that was supposed to be working here at the university has also disappeared.
I can't see how they'd be connected. To be honest, I think it's more likely he's gone off with that woman he works with. For years it's been, ooh, Karen's so helpful, and Karen's such a great research assistant, and now she's gone missing as well.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, it's not like it's the end of the world.
Hello?
Is that Karen?
It is.
Hello. I'm at the university and I saw the notice about your cat.
You're calling from the university?
Yes, I just saw the flyer.
The university is closed. You shouldn't be there.
I'm here for the movie they're filming.
Oh, you're part of the film crew?
No, I'm actually just a consultant. I'm a history professor. Hello?
Look, Professor Winston, the cat has already been rehomed, but thank you for your interest.
Hello? Karen? What was all that about? These might come in handy. Hello? Is someone down there?
Strange.
So, this was the grave of a former chancellor then. That stone must weigh half a ton. Who on earth could have moved it? And why? I'm guessing that the cover was removed to access the cavity, which looks empty. The design on the metal disc is interesting. 6 Ashgate emblems in a hexagon, marked 1 to 6, with one of them in gold. Very mysterious indeed.
Is anyone out there? Is anyone out there?
Hello?
Hello? Is somebody there?
Yes? Hello? Who's this?
Megan. It's Megan Hastings. Can you please help me get out of here?
Well, yes, of course. Where are you exactly?
I'm not sure. I think I might have fallen and hit my head. I was in a storage room. I couldn't find the light switch, and that's all I remember. Who am I talking to?
My name's Tom. Can you follow my voice and get out through this drainage tunnel?
My foot's strapped by something. I can't see much. It's so dark in here.
Okay, I have some glow sticks, so I'm going to come in and get you.
Thank you so much, Tom. The crew must be losing their minds.
Well, to be honest, Megan, I haven't seen a single member of the crew since I arrived.
What was that?
I have no idea. Just stay where you are. Megan! Megan, it's Tom. What is this place? Hello? That's an unusual form of Proto-Celtic script. House of the Friend? Or maybe it's more like Place of the Friend. Actually, it's probably closer to servant or helper than friend. What on earth? What happens if we put that in there? What is going on? That was more impressive than I was expecting. Well, that looks like a way out. This is all very strange. I should speak to Lex.
Hello?
It's me, Lex. There's something going on here. I just found this place.
What place? Are you okay? Just take a breath and tell me what happened.
I heard the voice of a woman, a member of the missing film crew. She was stuck in a cave at the side of the university.
Okay.
Well, I crawled in to help her and found this series of passageways and chambers. Huge chambers.
Hold on, what about the woman?
Well, she was gone. No sign whatsoever.
Right.
Well, I followed the chambers to this, I don't know, it's like an amphitheatre with a pit at the centre. There was a kind of machine around the edge, and I triggered something that created an enormous glowing symbol and then sealed the pit shut.
You had me going for a minute. Did you see any tentacle monsters down there?
The markings outside were genuine Proto-Celtic runes.
You're being serious about this?
100%.
Okay, well, I think there's something we need to consider.
What?
You're being set up.
By who? Kafer?
Exactly. While I was researching the university like you asked, I also looked into this Kafer character. The guy's got quite a history.
Like what?
Like having been sued 68 times for things ranging from unsafe working conditions to abduction and mental cruelty.
Oh, that can't be right. Are you absolutely sure?
Yeah, he's mostly settled out of court, but he has a well-documented habit of putting people through some pretty grueling situations and then using the footage in his films. He calls it situational realism.
Why would he do that to me? I'm not an actor.
I don't think it matters with the kind of films he makes.
Just all seemed too elaborate to be fake.
Look, I think you have two options. You could just ask him if this whole thing is a setup.
Well, if it was, he'd probably deny it.
Or you play along and try and catch him out. Say nothing about what just happened in the caves and see where things go. I'll do some more research. See if I can find any mention of these passageways you saw, and you can call me back in a bit.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
If it gets too weird, just head for an exit and call a cab.
Yeah, fair enough.
Good luck.
Hello, Professor.
Maz, how's it going?
Still stuck in a field, would you believe it? Where once there were just sheep, there are now sheep and cows. Do you have any experience with livestock?
I like a good steak, if that counts.
Eating our way out is not really an option. Did you find the cutter stone?
Yeah, I tried to call you, but it wasn't connecting. The stone is pretty much as the sign next to it described. It's probably Neolithic. I'm guessing it was used in rituals, that kind of thing.
Oh, rituals, you say? So, pagan sacrifices, virgins, witches, and the like?
Well, probably more at the goats and chickens end of the spectrum, but blood will have been spilled.
Perfect! That is exactly the kind of juicy detail I was hoping for.
So what's next?
Well, I really wanted to look at this next location with you. It's a rooftop garden built in 6 sections. Pretty interesting design, but I guess you'll just have to walk me through it over the radio.
How do I find it?
It's called the horologium.
The clock?
Yes. No idea why. Not a single clock in the entire area. It's signposted, so if you head towards the physics building, you should be able to find your way from there.
Okay, thanks.
Let me know when you arrive.
Things were a lot simpler in 48K. Atari never had balls like that. What's been going on here, I wonder? One of Harrison Ford's best performances. Maz?
Professor, you found the horologium?
I have. Looks like we've got some more stones to examine.
Tell me what you see.
Now, that's the name of the Chinese god of thunder, Lei Gong. I remember he was part owl, and had a hammer and a drum. Date of origin is more difficult, but as Taoism is at least as old as the Yellow Emperor, Huang Di, we could be looking at around 2600 BC.
God of thunder? Like Thor?
Yeah, most civilizations invented gods that represented parts of nature.
Makes sense.
Well, that's clearly Ares, the god of war. The symbol is in Linear B, the syllabic script that predates the Greek alphabet, which might put it as far back as 1400 BC.
As old as that?
Well, in the late Bronze Age, the Mycenaean civilization collapsed, and we had what's usually called the Greek Dark Ages. So, yes, it's pretty old.
Fascinating.
It looks like the key could turn this. But I'd probably better finish examining all the stones before I tried. So here we have a symbol for Hathor, ancient Egyptian goddess of, among other things, love. Hathor was referenced as early as the First Dynasty, which stretches back as far as 3000 BC. But this hieroglyph is more likely from the Middle Kingdom. Roughly 2000 to 1600 BC, I think.
Still pretty old, then.
Yeah, well, that's why we call it Ancient Egyptian. Aha! We're in pretty familiar territory with this one. These are runes, specifically Elder Futhark runes, or Proto-Norse if you prefer. That's the name of Odin, father of the Norse gods, who, as you know, is represented in the modern era by a one-eyed Sir Anthony Hopkins.
He was pretty good in those films.
A national treasure. Okay, this is a carving of Texistocatl. He was the old moon god in Aztec mythology. Now, this depiction looks similar to an illustration in the Codex Borgia, which would put it somewhere in the late post-classic period, between about 1250 and 1500 AD.
Aztec? Like Mexican Aztec?
Yes, I'm pretty confident we're not talking about the Canadian Aztecs.
Ha! Fair enough.
This looks like the Sanskrit word for Shani, a Hindu god whose name appears in early astronomical texts, right back to around 400 AD.
Okay, well, that's unexpected. So, what does it all mean, Professor? Are these just random words and symbols?
I don't think it's random. There has to be a reason why they've been brought up here and arranged like this.
Are there any other clues in the area?
Nothing I can see. But I think this might be something Lex could help with. There's a phone in the warden's office where I found the key, so I'll go and give her a quick call.
Great. Let me know what she thinks.
Hello?
Lex, hi. I'm trying to figure something out. Thought you could help.
Okay, it's not more stones, is it?
Yes, 6 of them.
It's like the Rocky Horror Show up there.
Seriously?
Rocky, you know? Like the musical Never mind.
Your brother warned me about this.
Sorry. It's pretty much a medical condition.
So look, there are 6 stones, each with a carving that represents either Odin, Shani, Legorn, Hathor, Ares, or Texistocatl. Now, they've got to be tied together in some way, surely.
They're all gods.
Well, yeah, but why those 6?
Is there anything special about the place they're in?
Not really. It's called the horologium.
Could it be that simple?
What?
Texistocatl was a moon god, so Monday. Ares was essentially the Germanic god Tu, so Tuesday.
Of course. Odin is obviously Wednesday, and the thunder god Legorn covers Thursday.
Hathor was linked with Aphrodite and Venus, so Friday.
And Shani is clearly Saturday. Brilliant, Lex.
I feel like my PhD has finally paid off.
Right. Oh, I'm going to go back and have another look. Thanks again.
Happy to help. Enjoy your stones.
Thursday, so that would be 4. Friday, so that would be 5. Wednesday, so that would be 3. Monday, so that would be 1. Saturday, so that would be 6. Tuesday, so that would be 2. Okay, Maz, you there?
What's happening, Professor?
The symbols on the rocks were a kind of code to open the doors into the central building. I'm heading inside. This is incredible. It's like an incomplete orrery. This is clearly meant to be the first 6 planets of the solar system. The days of the week. They also represent these planets, of course. Is this supposed to represent where the planets are right now? I need to find out what it means.
Professor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Maz.
You started to break up. What happened?
I went into the building and found some kind of huge mechanism.
What do you mean? Mechanism?
Do you know what an orrery is?
An Oreo?
An orrery. It's a mechanical representation of the solar system.
Oh, I know the kind of thing you mean.
Well, when I activated it, it began to glow, and the planets moved to form a hexagon shape.
Spectacular, but what do you mean it began to glow?
I'm not really sure what was happening, to be honest. Blue light from somewhere inside the mechanism.
That sounds amazing. I've got to work this into my film. Would you be able to get back in and show some of the crew?
I don't see why not, but I'd have to find them first.
I'll go and see if Sam's managed to get hold of anyone yet, but I bet there'll be someone at the trailers near the east entrance.
I'll have a look.
Thanks, Professor. Let me know when you find someone.
What's happened here? Oh, that looks like the metal plate from the other grave I came across. Although the gold section is different on this one. No sign of anybody.
Hello?
Hi, could I speak to Len Harris, please?
Speaking.
Hello, Len. My name's Tom. I'm calling from Ashgate University about the film they're making here. Old something.
Old Gods Rising?
No, that's the one. I heard you were the man to talk to.
Oh, I'm all over it. It's amazing. Have you seen any of the stuff they brought in?
What kind of stuff?
Well, I saw some men in gas masks a couple of days ago. Couldn't really tell what they were bringing in, but there's some really cool stuff being kept in Storage Building 2.
Where's Storage Building 2?
It's out behind the Silent Sisters. Just follow the signs.
Well, surely it's locked, though.
Okay, I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but at the back of the building there's a ventilation intake, and if you freeze it up, the big door at the front opens slightly to keep the air flowing.
How on earth did you find that out?
YouTube?
Okay, but how do you get it to freeze up?
There's a fire extinguisher hidden in the grass at the back. Works like a charm.
Well, thanks, Len. You've been most helpful.
Oh, if anyone catches you, don't mention my name. After that thing with the pigeons and the avocados last year...
Mum's the word. I'd definitely give this a thumbs up. Oh, that's very interesting. Some kind of secret chamber behind the wall. And from the looks of the corrosion, that statue's been hidden for quite some time. Its size shows how important it must have been, but doesn't make a lot of sense to see tentacles represented when we're this far from the coast. Hello, Maz.
What's up, Professor?
I've checked the trailers at the east entrance. There's still no sign of the crew.
Well, try the parking lot by the history building. There's bound to be someone over there.
Okay, will do. I need to tell Lex about what just happened.
Tom?
Yes, it's me, Lex.
So what happened with your rocks?
Okay, now I know what this is going to sound like, but hear me out.
Did you find a magic unicorn, Tom?
I'm being serious. Are you at least going to listen?
Sorry. Go on.
I used the sequence that those rocks were arranged in to get into a building. There was this large mechanism, like a partial orrery, and when I activated
The
it...
planets lined up, which allowed you to travel through space and time?
Are you going to listen to this or not?
It sounds like something you'd find in a video game, Tom.
Look, the planets formed a hexagon shape, as if that's where they are relative to the sun right now. Now, what if that is actually true? Surely that would provide some pretty strong evidence that I've uncovered something genuinely interesting.
Did you tell Kafer?
Yeah, he seemed very excited by it.
I don't know what to tell you, Tom. It's so obviously a setup. The fiasco with your book showed how easily fooled you are.
Now, hang on.
I know you don't want to talk about it, but you're the perfect mark.
That's not true. My research was always rigorous. I was the victim of an elaborate fraud.
You were a victim of your own eagerness to find evidence that supported your theories.
That's unfair.
You always get drawn towards the stories and not the science.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. The astronomy department is around here somewhere. So if I can get in, I might be able to establish whether or not this hexagonal planet alignment thing is actually happening.
You think they'll have a big sign saying it's time for a hexagonal planetary alignment party, do you?
Not necessarily, but I bet I can find something.
Okay, well, I'll do some research at this end. Call me back when you get a chance.
Will do. Maz?
Hello, is that Professor Winston?
Yes?
Hi, Professor. Mr. Kafer isn't available right now. I'm his PA, Sam.
Oh, where is he?
He's with the police. The farmer called them when things got a bit heated.
Well, there's just been another explosion. Do you have any idea what's going on here?
I have no idea what that could be, Professor, but I'll tell Mr. Kafer to call you back as soon as he's free.
Right, thanks. What happened here? Well, this sculpture is definitely unclouded by conscience, remorse, or delusions of morality. I suddenly feel like building a ramp. Is it ironic that his name was Max?
Yeah, always the same. But they don't listen to me.
It's too risky.
It is.
Did you hear about the second chamber?
Yeah, I read that text that Sandra sent around.
She's confident that no one is in danger, even after seeing the footage.
Well, she's like 2,000 miles away.
I know. I can't believe her sometimes.
Yeah, Tony said he's thinking about leaving.
He's been saying that for weeks.
I told him to look at his contract. He'll get nothing if he walks.
Is he still saying he'll go to the press?
Yeah, but he knows no one will believe him.
And Kafer's got a stack of lawyers ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep as far back as I can.
Seriously, Sam, try and stay behind someone like Big Chris. He's slow.
Not a bad idea.
Right, I'd best get back to it.
Yeah. See you later on.
Hey, what's going on?
Everyone over there right now. Units 2 and 3 are already in position.
Faster on the outside.
Knew it! I can't wait to tell Lex.
A Disney classic.
Hello?
Did you find anything?
About the planets?
Yes.
Nothing, I'm afraid.
No mention online?
Most astronomy sites seem to be about telescopes and telescope-related paraphernalia, so they weren't much help.
Well, it's happening. There was, in fact, a poster about it in the astronomy building. So I'm not sure your idea about this all just being an elaborate hoax holds up to scrutiny.
I'm not convinced. I think we're still at least 3 Sherlocks short of comprehensive scrutiny.
I'm assuming you're using Sherlock's as the international unit of scrutiny.
Used everywhere except the USA, where it's the Kojak.
Okay. Well, Kafer suggests that I look for crew members near the history building. So I'll do that while you continue to scrutinate.
Just keep your eyes open, Tom.
I will. I'll check back in later. Hello?
Professor, this is Sam, Mr. Kafer's PA. We spoke earlier. I haven't got long before he comes back, so please listen.
Is everything okay?
I imagine by now you'll have seen some stuff that could be described as hard to explain.
Yes, that's fair.
You need to find Kafer's office. He's using room 217 in the history building. The answers are in there.
Okay.
He keeps the balcony doors open because they're protected by a gate, but the gate will unlock if you give the security pad a firm tap on the side.
And what am I looking for exactly?
I have to go. He's heading back over.
What's going on, Sam?
The man's unhinged. Be careful.
Sam? Sam?
Hi, this is Christine Chandel, Chief Art Curator for Ashgate University, and I'm delighted to announce that this year's Student Art Show is now open and will run until the summer break. Admission is free, and you can find the exhibition in the Long Room, which can be accessed from within the Norman Anthony Hart Gallery right next to the history buildings. And if you have any questions, I can be contacted at t.hart.gallery@ashgate.edu, and I look forward to seeing you at the show.
Oh, that might be useful.
Hello?
It's me, Lex. I found Kafer's office.
Okay. Is he there?
He isn't. Well, actually, I sort of broke in.
What? How can you sort of break in?
The back doors were unlocked. Well, anyway, Kafer's PA called me. She seemed really anxious and said if I got into Kafer's office, it would help explain everything that's been going on.
What did she mean? What's in there?
Well, there's a lot of stuff on the walls.
Like what?
There's an image with the word Thote Gra under it.
Thote Gra? Scholars believe this to be one of the names for the guardian of the sacred fire in pre-Christian Europe. What else?
What about Fanalixu?
Fanalixu. Origin unknown. Only referenced once in a 12th century manuscript known as Diem Supremum.
The final day.
So, I'm guessing that these names are the old gods in Kafer's film.
Possibly. There's a map of the university on the table. It's got 6 metal objects marking different locations around campus.
What locations?
Well, I've been to some of them. It's where the weird underground stuff is. But there's something else.
Unicorns.
Post-it notes.
Sinister.
There's one next to each marker with names of people from his film crew written on them.
Which means...
I think Kafer's waiting for these old gods to rise so he can film them and use them for footage in his movie.
Oh, come on.
I really think that's his plan.
Well, it's probably cheaper than hiring industrial light and magic.
I'm serious. There's no other explanation for everything I've seen.
The other explanation is that Kafer's done his research. He knows you're easily enticed by this kind of supernatural nonsense, and he's decided to put you at the centre of his latest project. He's creating a whole new genre. They'll call it prof-exploitation.
I don't think so, Lex. There's more to it than that.
What? Like ancient entities trapped under a university waiting to rise when the planets align?
I don't know, but I need to get to the bottom of whatever it is.
So, what are you going to do?
On the way here, there was shouting in the distance about something happening at the library. That might be where everyone is. The guy who was shouting was near a building called the Long Room, so I'll head in that direction. If I can find the crew, I might be able to get some answers.
All right, well, if I can't convince you that it's all a fabrication, then at least keep an eye out for cameras. I really am certain that you're being filmed. And be careful.
I will.
You have 2 new messages. First message.
Yeah, it's Malcolm. I just got some of the new dialogue, and it's pretty weak. Is this a movie or a video game we're making? I mean, who says stuff like, the guy looks like he killed a Muppet and stuck it on his head? Does that sound like a director to you? If I can't sell this character, the whole thing's just gonna collapse. Just call me when you get in.
Second message.
Mr. Kafer, this is Jeff from Logistics. You're not answering your mobile, so I'm just checking to see if you're in your office. Anyway, there's a problem with some of the chemicals, so I need to get it sorted as soon as possible. Sam has me number. All right, thanks.
End of messages.
So, what was next? This should work. It's funny how the colours of the real world only seem really real when you watch them on a screen.
Professor?
Hello?
Did you find my crew?
Only one guy. He was shouting something about the library, but he ran off.
That's very strange. Anyway, it looks like we're finally done here, so I'll come straight over to the university and see what's going on.
Okay.
In the meantime, there's one final thing I'd like your thoughts on. It's called the Servants' Pool.
Sounds quaint.
It's signposted, so it should be pretty easy to find. Give me a call when you get there.
Will do. Clowns and jokers. I bet this artist didn't come up with that idea himself. Maz?
Professor?
I'm just passing another stone artifact. Did you want an appraisal?
Sure. What is it?
It looks like it used to be part of a church spire, but whoever wrote the description on the sign next to it couldn't have got it more wrong.
Okay.
Well, for one thing, the tool markings on the stone are reasonably modern. I'd say no earlier than the 18th century. This kind of neoclassical ornamentation fits that time frame, with the octagonal cross-section being fairly common. The sign says that it was part of the chapel that stood here before the university was built, thought to have been destroyed by a pagan uprising. I'm pretty certain that's complete nonsense.
Maybe a bit of wishful thinking on the part of the university. Everyone loves a good story.
True enough. I'm headed to that pool you mentioned. Speak to you shortly.
Okay, Professor.
Am I walking without rhythm?
There's no sign of anybody. So, what was next? That's interesting.
Maz, you there?
I'm here, Professor.
Yeah, I found that pool you've asked me to look at.
Great. Tell me what you see.
Okay. So, the sandstone tower that acts as a kind of entrance clearly doesn't match the rocks on either side. But architecturally, it fits with the mid-15th century description that's on the sign. The pool itself is fairly unremarkable. There are some very faint markings around the edges. And I'm going to have to disagree with the university's translation. I think rather than servant's pool, a more accurate reading would be waters of subjugation.
Wow, that sounds so much more menacing.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why the university chose a more friendly translation.
Well, this is all good stuff. I definitely picked the right place for the movie. Okay, I should be arriving on campus pretty soon, so come and find me at the north parking lot.
I'll make my way over. I wonder what's through here. What's that? That can't be real, surely. Is someone in here? Are you just messing with me? Oh, this is getting weird. I should speak to Lex. I was not expecting that.
Hello?
Lex, it's me.
Did you get to the library?
Yeah, I'm headed there now. But I just saw something.
What?
Well, it looked like eyes. Huge eyes, peering at me from behind a gate.
Someone was watching you?
Not exactly.
So what was it?
Well, what has 11 giant red eyes?
More gaffer tricks, surely.
Well, it was very convincing.
Maybe it's time to get out of there.
Kafer says he's almost here, so if I don't find anything at the library, I'll go and meet him and give him a chance to explain himself.
Don't let him mess you around.
I won't.
He'll have done his research. I guarantee he'll know all about the years you've spent chasing myths up and down the country.
You think?
He's probably been looking for someone like you for ages.
Yeah, all right. I'll see what he has to say, and then I'll call it a day.
If he tries to tell you some ridiculous story, just call his bluff. Don't forget, you're the expert. You're the one who solved the Bankfield cryptogram live on TV. It was your face on the cover of the 2012 UK Academics Christmas calendar.
Thanks for the pep talk, Coach.
Let me know when you're headed home.
Yeah, will do. That doesn't sound good. Oh my God! What is that? The stench is unbearable. I can hardly breathe. Who is that? What's going on? Is anyone here?
The Mark III. Superior combat qualities with adequate cargo space. This is a mistake.
Is someone down there?
What the?
Well, I don't know. I'll tell him that we're the Brotherhood of Lamentation.
I thought we'd voted to ditch the Brotherhood part.
Yes, all right, Karen, but now's not really the time.
Hadn't we decided that Children of Lamentation was more inclusive?
Look, he's coming too. Can we talk about it later?
Sorry, Martin, you go ahead.
We are the Brotherhood of... We are the Children of Lamentation. And you, Professor Winston, are about to save the world.
What happened?
You've been out for an hour or so, but don't worry. You're safe now.
Huh? Safe from what?
We don't know if it has a name, but we've been tracking it through the tunnel since it emerged.
We managed to ward it off and bring you here.
And where's here?
It's called the Chamber of Substantiation. Did you hear me about saving the world?
Okay, hold on. Is this all part of Kafer's film?
Well, yes and no. What do you know about Mr. Kafer?
At this point, I'm honestly not sure.
Massimo Sebastian Kafer is part of a group that's been waiting to usher in what they call the final epoch for at least the last 600 years.
What, like some kind of apocalyptic doomsday cult?
More or less.
So what is he trying to do exactly? And what's it got to do with me?
We were listening to the call you made from Kafer's office, and you were pretty much spot on.
So he really does think these old gods are about to rise?
And he wants to film it.
Look, this is actually easier to explain if we show you something. When the doors behind you open, head out through the caves and we'll meet you in the main chamber.
This is all very strange.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to the Black Sanctum, Professor Winston.
Really? The Black Sanctum? Isn't that a death metal band from Norway?
I think he's right.
So who are you people? Now what is this place?
This chamber was built many eons ago as a barrier between our world and the realm of the Elder Gods. Throughout the centuries, the Brotherhood of Lamentation has stood as guardian, keeping the portal secure, our sacred duty handed down from generation to generation.
Okay, so where do I fit in?
As you discovered, 6 planets in our solar system have reached the point of hexagonal alignment, which means that the dark energies that form a bridge between the realms are at their strongest.
If you would, Professor, take the steps down to the lower level and approach the gateway. Over the last 3 months, as the planets aligned, the doors that usually seal the gateway have slowly begun to open, as you can see.
However, our ancestors prepared for this moment and designed a safety mechanism to seal the doors back together.
At each corner of the gateway, a key must be inserted, and when all 6 are in place, the seal will be re-established.
And it looks like one of these keys is missing.
Ashgate University was built by the first members of our order, and the 6 keys were buried on campus in the graves of the chancellors that carried them. We were able to find 5 of the 6, but the final key, held by the very first chancellor, doesn't appear to have been buried with him.
We've been following your progress, Professor Winston, and hopefully, with your expertise, you'll be able to locate the final key before it's too late.
What happens if these doors open?
The literature's a bit vague, but broadly speaking, it's endless night, eternal torment, that kind of thing.
What do I need to do?
If you go back through the caves, there's a drainage tunnel that leads into the university. Follow the signs to the Chancellor's residence. The first Chancellor's grave is in the gardens behind the building, and we're certain that the final key has to be close by. When you find it, bring it straight back here so the doors can be sealed.
We've placed some lights in the caves that will lead you to the drainage tunnel.
Be as quick as you can. I don't think we have much time.
This wasn't open earlier. Oh, great. Another drainage tunnel to squeeze through. Chancellor's grave. Huh, not a grave, just a memorial. Okay, well, there's nothing special about this grave, although the metal plate on the floor does seem a bit out of place. I've seen that same Proto-Celtic script several times now. As best I can tell, it says, "From the flower to the tree." The statue is holding flowers. And what's that behind the flower in her hand? Okay, well, this is the wrong shape to be the missing key. But with those 3 prongs, it looks like it's made to be inserted into something and maybe rotated. The inscription said, "From the flower to the tree." So maybe I just need to find the right tree.
No sign of anybody.
More graves. And they look about the same age as the Chancellor's. That does not look healthy. Now let's see if this fits in here. From the flower to the tree. That has got to be the missing key. It's the right size and shape. And definitely the right kind of metal. I need to get back to the gateway as quickly as I can.
Professor, you there?
Hello, Maz.
I'm here at the north parking lot and I don't see you anywhere. Whereabouts are you?
I'm near the library. Heading in that direction now.
Okay, well, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Is that the key?
It is.
I knew you were the one. Didn't I tell you, Martin?
Very impressive. Now, please, place the key in the empty slot and seal the portal.
Are you sure the doors can hold them?
Once all the keys are in place, they won't be able to breach the gateway. Hurry!
Quickly! I think they can sense the key's presence.
Be careful not to drop it.
Once it's in, stand back from the mechanism.
Wait. What's happening? The doors are open.
Well, if I'm honest, that was even easier than I thought it would be.
Legs?
Hello, Tom. Fancy meeting you here.
I don't understand. What's going on?
We are about to witness the arrival of our Dark Masters.
What?
The endless night. The final epoch.
Have you gone mad?
Do you really need me to explain it to you, Tom? Are you really that dim?
How is...
As my family's oldest child, I was anointed as the somewhat oxymoronic High Priestess of the Brotherhood of Lamentation on my 24th birthday. My ancestors formed the Brotherhood centuries ago, and have been preparing each generation for the time when the old gods would finally rise again.
But I thought the Brotherhood were here to keep the gateway closed.
Really? The word lamentation in our name didn't set off any alarm bells.
Oh, no more than everything else I've seen today.
Well, once the planetary alignment was underway, we began to search for the keys that would unseal the gateway. I discovered where the true guardians of this place had hidden them,
but the final key eluded us.
So you thought I could track it down?
You're a very particular kind of expert, Tom. But perhaps more importantly, you're a believer. I think the fact that you wanted to believe in some of the myths that you've spent your life chasing pushed you to find that key.
Well, and so the whole movie thing with Kafer, that was all fake?
It was the ideal cover to get complete access to the campus and to bring you here as a consultant.
And so us being together all this time, what, that was just part of some master plan?
Oh, our pathetic lives are of no consequence. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity. Now, Thomas, prepare yourself to witness the true majesty of the old gods rising.
And cut! That's a wrap, everyone.